Hey guys, welcome back to CCLP4. We left off on level 63 titled Pinematic Diversity Events. Again, I am not 100% certain how you pronounce that. I've heard it pronounced several times, I just don't remember, so it's probably butchered, but whatever. So let's go ahead and play this level. So this level is it's pretty cool. I mean, I can't deny the idea behind this. And really, it's kind of weird. I don't know if this is a non-linear level or a linear one, but kind of becomes non-linear in a weird sort of way. I think it's one of those levels where you can get lost fairly easily if you're not paying much attention. But really, it's not that difficult. And I'm just going to go ahead and explode the bug. Okay, looks like we got a hint right there that we can get to if we toggle the toggle wall, so we're going to go ahead and try to do that. And that is the second secret hint for those that don't know. Okay. So I know some people might not be the biggest fan of this level. Me personally, I mean it's not my favorite level, and it's not my favorite level by the designer either. I still think the level is fun to play. I don't think it's the best level ever. It's got the concept going for it. Even though I've never played the game, the concept comes from, which is Portal or Portal 2. I guess either one doesn't really matter. But yeah, I've never played Portal. I've never really saw the interest in it or what the big deal is with that game. So I've never tried it. So and I'm not gonna start now. I'm pretty picky when it comes to video games. I only play certain ones. If I find them interesting, I'll play them. But even when I play them, I sometimes don't, or even when I, get the game or play it or whatever, I still don't play the game, which it's weird. I'm a weird person. So I'm gonna clone another one here soon too, because that fireball I just cloned is the one that will get me to the secret hint. And I gotta say, I like this usage of reaching a secret hint. So now that that's toggling, I can go ahead and go to the hint and see what it says. Secret password number 2, WCRV. So, I don't know if I ever said it, but the first secret password found in Frozen Waffle, the password that led to it was to Ice in a Blender, which was only a 17 level gap. And we kind of went with that approach for that first secret hint because you could easily just walk to it. You only had to walk outside the gameplay area to read it. It wasn't really well hidden whatsoever, so we kind of figured to use that hint as the first one. Not to mention the Frozen Waffle is pretty easy, so we put it as level 34, and the secret hint only jumped to 17 levels ahead, just because you only walked to it. I mean, there was no real effort to get to it. With this one, however, it provides quite a, I think, not that much of a jump. I think it's 34 level jump. It's a 34 level jump, so it's double 17, and I think this password jumps to 97 if I remember right. I can easily try it out, but I'd rather not. Okay, excuse me. So this was another level that I kind of pushed for. That whole staff list of levels that the staff came up with for their ideal CCLP4. This level was on mine, and I want to say I was the only staff member to have it on my list. It wasn't a super high rated level, but I included it on my list, and my reasoning for getting other staff members to kind of approve of it for being in CCLP4 were mainly because of the concept and the quote-unquote lack of a tank level. Because in some ways this is a tank level, or tank-focused level. I personally kind of feel like this level's a little too early placed. I think this is a little too early for this level at level 64, but the difficulty I think was at a perfect 3, so it was kind of in the middle of where we wanted the set to approach difficulty, if that makes sense. Traps and buttons are connected vertically here. And this is a little annoying. Okay. So I can get this guy out. Yeah, this idea with the tanks moving, though, is pretty impressive. Definitely not one I really thought of myself. But the way it's performed here, I think, is pretty cool. I think it's done at the right amount, and there's even 2 different ways to reach the exit, which is, or not really 2, but there's another tank room you can access if you want to take it, which is pretty cool. I think that was a really nice touch on the designer, so well done, Andrew. I really like this level. Really happy it got into the set. And furthermore, I'm glad you yourself wanted to end the set, because I think Andrew had either this or my level multiple tank glitch for a quote-unquote tank level. I felt this one was better because I think they were both ranked around the same too, which didn't help, and had the same difficulty, I think. If not, mine was higher by just a bit. But I ultimately preferred this level instead because, like I said, I already have a pretty high level count in this set, and I didn't want to be any higher. So again, I was willing to sacrifice quite a few of my levels to be included. So yeah. Speaking of which, duplex. Blocks next to gravel have a chip or an item under them. So this level is pretty interesting, to say the least. This is actually my oldest level in CCLP4. I designed this level way back in 2012, I think, or 2000, like late 2012-13 area, because it was initially designed for Josh L3, and that was risky, but somehow it worked. And a lot of people really seem to be like, oh my god, this level is awesome because the walls are blocks. Like, you can move the walls around. And I don't know, it was one of those things that I didn't expect people to really care for. And nowadays, not a lot of people seem to like this level, which I think that's kind of funny, honestly. A lot of people don't like this level for one reason or another. Like, there's certain difficulty spikes in certain sections or whatever, but it's another non-linear level, and the whole idea with it is really cool. Not to mention that this was like in top 10. Yeah, this was I think a top 10 level in voting, I believe. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do this as well. I don't have the green key. I forgot to grab it. So let's go ahead and go do that. Oh, okay, you'll just die. That's good. Alright, there's the green key. So I kind of want to make these walkers do something. These walkers are a little problematic, but it's nothing too difficult, I don't think. Okay. So if I can get this walker out of here, that'd be nice. Don't come back, don't come back. And the blob died too, that's awesome. Yeah, this level kind of got gypped out of CCLP1. I mean, not really, because I think some people might feel that way. Well, cough, cough, Andrew. I know Andrew really likes this level. And then there's this compaction section, which got changed for this set, because mainly for optimization, just so there's no super luck-based bold solution. Okay, they'll all go out. So I just have to get that. I think that might be all the things under blocks. And I'm missing two things. And a fireball somehow got in there. Alright, there's that. And then there's that. And that is Duplex by me. So yeah, this was my oldest level that I designed. I designed this a long time ago. It was blacklisted from CCLP1 voting and then got nominated into CCLP1 voting. I guess I don't know what it got in CCLP1 voting, but this was top 10 in CCLP4. I wasn't terribly surprised because I think this was one of the levels I expected to get into the set, just off of how well received it was during CCLP1 era. But I've realized nowadays not a lot of people like this level. I don't blame them, and I don't really care one way or the other because it's an old level of mine. I didn't really do much changes to it ever since designing it, other than the thin wall thing, which Jeffrey did on my part, which I appreciate. That didn't bother me. And then the outside with exits, there were originally force fours outside to where you can reach the exit in the bottom right corner. I changed it just so there's there's borders in the level, I guess, because we were trying to approach the every level must have a border thing, but not every level is like that. Okay, Anaconda. Probably the easiest bold you can get in this set. And I'll probably get it here. This was a level that I really didn't care for, honestly. I still don't really care for it. But it did pretty well in voting. And it certainly adds some flavor to the set. And I can't believe I just died there, because I oofed. It's pretty cool though. I mean, it's not like I hate it. And can I not oof? Seriously, I nothing annoys me more than doing things in a way you don't mean to do. So I definitely appreciate this level size though. Like if this was any bigger, I probably wouldn't like this level much. I like it, it's just not a level I particularly care for. Like, I don't think it's the best level ever. And yeah, there's Bold. Not that hard to get, but that was by Henry Potts, who had quite a few levels in CCLP1, didn't get nearly as much in CCLP4. He hasn't really designed much. Actually, I don't think he's designed anything since his Chip 56 set. So yeah. Nuclear energy for dummies. Warning, if any systems become unstable, a total nuclear meltdown will occur. Willikers. Oh boy. Nice. So this level is pretty interesting. Throughout voting, it was noted that this level actually had a pretty unfair scenario in links, which we removed for this set thanks to that feedback. And we'll actually get to that section here shortly. But this level did pretty well, I want to say. It didn't do the best in voting. I would have preferred another level of this concept over this. But for what it's worth, this did pretty well in voting. Definitely the highest rated level by the designer. And wow, really? I'm not sure what the proper block pushing configuration is on this. I do know you can do a little trick like that though. Oh, I thought I could do that. Okay, I can beat the fireball. Alright. The other level I preferred over this one was Toggle Tank Factory, but that didn't do nearly as well in comparison. This level is pretty cool though. The whole theme of the nuclear meltdown and everything is pretty solid. So the level's title was shortened. It used to be called For Dummies and Smarties. We kind of figured the Smarties was redundant and didn't really add anything to the title, so we just removed it, made the title shorter. Okay, this is a section that we kind of changed for this set. Initially, entering the teleport left from there would most likely kill you in links due to there being a lack of a gravel space there. We just simply removed the clone machine that was connected here because it essentially served no purpose. So, but a lot of people left feedback on that issue, and thankfully it was a pretty easy fix. I really like this level though. I wish the designer was around. I mean, he's still around, but he's not nearly as active. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. I think I can get away. Nope, I can't. I don't know why I pressed that. I was thinking I had to for whatever reason. Yeah, the designer of this is still around. He's just been in college. And all that. He pops up in the spam chat every once in a while, and even the main chat on Skype. Okay, I'm surprised I was able to beat that. I think the bold on this is 317, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to get bold on this, but in hindsight, it doesn't really seem that difficult, other than stuff like that and the walker. What? I made it through that perfectly fine all these times, and now all of a sudden I can't even make it. This level also has a really nice shortcut at the end, which I never noticed until testing. Or not even testing, during voting I noticed it. I was like, oh, well. I didn't think, oh, come on. I didn't think anything of it to fix it, but I like the shortcut. It's pretty cool. There's a level coming up here that I'm actually 2 levels that are coming up that I'm looking forward to talking about. And I don't know why I'm messing up. I think I have that mindset to optimize this level, even though I shouldn't. I think part of the reason is because I'm getting lucky with the walker. So I get those. And then go down here. And kind of wait for that. Okay, don't touch the toggle button this time. They will destroy it themselves. I seriously don't understand why I pressed it though. Like I knew in the back of my head, like once I hit it, I was like, crap, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well though. So yeah, it ends up causing a nuclear meltdown anyway. It's just at the end of the level. So yeah, that's the pretty awesome shortcut though. That's pretty cool. So 4-second improvement, and that was by Trevor Hedges, his only level in CCLP4. Miss you, man. We need to hang out again sometime. I know you're here in California somewhere. Alright, cold fusion reactor. So this level is a pretty interesting case. So there were 2 levels in voting that were really similarly themed with teleports. There was this level and then a level I made called compactor reactor. My level involved blocks. And wasn't really a maze. It was more or less, you know, navigate blocks through teleports to get to chips. This level is more maze-like, and you actually don't need to go through any teleports if you don't want to. You can solve this level by collecting all the chips without touching a single teleport. But it's more fun with the teleports, so why not? This level did better in voting than mine did. However, the designer of this, Jeffrey, actually prefers my level over this one, which is quite a surprise, honestly. Because this level actually inspired compactor reactor to begin with. Yeah, this level was a lot more fun with the going through teleports. It was originally timed, but we made it. It was made untimed, which, looking back at it now, I'm kind of glad it was, because this would be ridiculous to optimize. This is ridiculous to optimize. I don't have to be an optimizer to know this. Oh. Okay, now I can go through teleports. And hey, I got 1 second improvement on an untimed level. That's pretty cool, though. So yeah, we went with this level, mainly to provide some kind of weird level in the set. Like, between this and Compactor Reactor, this did, of course, this one did better in voting. However, I really didn't prefer one, or I mean, I preferred this one over the other, but in the end, it didn't matter which one made it in. Some people, I think majority of the staff preferred this over it, just to lower my level, or not really for that reason, but to not have my level count go up any higher. But this one's just more fun. It's more of a navigation challenge than a block navigation challenge, and any level that didn't have blocks at that point, we took. So this was one of those levels. So I'm happy this one got in, and it's a really fun level to play. I mean, it's one of those levels in my opinion, I don't get tired of. So ball in an awkward place. This level, I have to say, I do not understand why this is in the set, or why it did super well in voting. I honestly don't understand why. This did a lot better in voting than I think it deserves, honestly. I think if I could take one level of my own out of this set, this would be the level. This was 26th place in voting, and I don't know what made everyone like this so much. I really don't. But it is what it is. I would have swapped this out for Rag Mountain, honestly. But everyone included this in their list, and I kind of figured, well, I better do the same. So essentially, as the title suggests, there are balls in awkward places. They're all on top of unusual tiles, or on top of sockets, or on top of locks, or on top of force floors, on top of bombs, walls, recessed walls, the exit water tiles, gravel. They're all over everything. And I forgot to get the green key. Or blue key. I'm dumb with my colors. Yeah, they're on fire. They're on blue walls. They're just about on every freaking tile, pretty much. The level title and the whole level itself was based on something JB said. I tried looking for the quote and I couldn't find it, but that is how this level was created, and that is a true story. 100% legitimate. Only created because of something JB said. Did I expect it to be in CCLP4? Not in the slightest. I really don't see what there is about this level that made people want to see this in the set. Like, I legitimately just don't see it. It kind of underwent a couple of different changes. This mechanism, or the mechanism for this room, was apparently not working all the time. If that's what I remember right. So it was fixed by Ryan or Random 8, which I appreciate. And then you don't want to get the skates yet. That's kind of a subversion. And I do want the suction boots. And I want to get this unlocked so I can hit this button over here just to open that trap. Now I want the skates. So yeah, I mean, for those watching this that weren't on the staff or even on the staff and voted, just anyone who voted, I want to know like what made you guys like this level so much to want to see this in the set. I mean, it did, like I said, it was 26th place, so it did very well in voting. I just want to know what about this will appeal to the voters. I mean, that's what I want to know. I mean, I don't know if some of those votes might have been just been random fives or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that this isn't a level I expected in the set, nor wanted in the set. I guess with that logic, I shouldn't have submitted it in the first place. But still, I submitted it just with the intent of it being a decent level, not one I actually wanted in the set. So, yeah, I really want to know what everyone's mindsets and thought processes were with this level, and just why they voted the way they did to make it super high rated. Like I am legitimately curious. I know a couple people don't like this level, but I mean, let's face it, that didn't stop it from getting in the set or be so high rated. But yeah, I mean, I'm legitimately curious. And the way I solved it, just so some people know, is the intended solution. I found out in Marcus's LP of the set that there's an alternate way to solve this that's more strict and more precision oriented than I intended, and that's the approach he took to solve the level, instead of finding the intended solution. I didn't realize it had that kind of solution. It's cool that it works. I can't deny that, but yeah, I mean, I didn't know about it, so none of the staff members knew about it actually. So I'm not sure if that's a faster solution, but yeah, that's the approach he took to solve it, and because of that, he gave that level a pretty poor rating. Not that I really care. I think the ratings are arbitrary and completely pointless, but oh well. You play how you want to play. I'm not going to judge. So Science Museum is a pretty fun level. It has these 3x3 square pathway things that JB mentioned that he took inspiration off of Ida's The Key Issue, and it kind of had the same thing going for Exhibit Hall in CCLP1, which is pretty cool. I've kind of taken a liking to that myself, so it's pretty cool, I think. But yeah, for the most part, this is another non-linear level, and did pretty well in voting. It was at one point JB's highest rated level. Actually, it might have still been his highest rated level, I'm not sure. Once you reveal every wall in this maze, its layout will look just like you found it from a certain point of view. So if I'm assuming correctly, the way the maze is laid out on this side is laid out how these blue walls are laid out, I think. I know how it's laid out. I can't find the words to describe it, if that makes any sense. I should have collected these keys first. There's actually a pretty fun way to do this. Not doing that. Not doing that either. There's a pretty fun way I collect these keys. Just like that. I think that's pretty fun. So this level basically involves certain certain design choices that are pretty bizarre, or not bizarre, but pretty unusual. I guess as a follow-up to Ball in an Awkward Place, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I hit the mic. I need to take a drink of fluids. Probably heard me swallowing that. That was pretty badly worded. Anyway. Yeah, this level's pretty cool though. What else can I say about it that I can think of? None that I can really remember. Got those chips. Hit that with no problem. I can get these keys, and oh yeah, I just have these chips to get. Looks like that might be everything. And literally the same time, are you kidding me? Well, whatever. That was by JB Lewis, which was pretty fun. Fun stuff to play. Alright, Poof. Or Poof, or whatever. So this level is interesting. It was mainly included just for a walker level, because we lacked a pure walker level. This was the highest rated walker level, but even that's not saying a lot, because it did pretty poorly in voting. And by poorly, I mean it was almost at 400 place. Like, that's how low it was in comparison to most of the levels we picked. In hindsight, I think Polygon, which was level 14 in this set, did just barely better than this. And 170 again. That's okay, I guess. That was by Rock Jinnaru. Yeah, it was included mainly to have a walker level, have a variety of monsters in the set. I don't think we necessarily needed a walker level, looking back at it, but I'm still happy this is in the set. It does provide a little change in pace with the level order, so I appreciate that this level did get into the set. I want to say I pushed for it at first, but it kind of became evident this was going to get in, because a lot of people on the staff wanted a walker dodging level, or I think it might have just been Jeffrey and I, and maybe one other person. I'm not sure, but this was the highest rated level. I think the next highest rated walker level was Lost in Footlocker Part Dukes, which was my level. But that was like 500 something place, and that was pretty much an automatic no, so we went with Poof. So we're at 39 minutes now, and I think it's a good spot to end off. I've been enjoying these nearly 40-minute videos. I think they're pretty suitable for others to watch, so long enough for people to stay into them and whatnot. So I'm going to end it off right here. Covered 11 levels? I forget what we started on. I think 63. So almost 10 levels. So yeah, we'll take on Sewerway in the next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. My commentary probably still sucked. But hope it's been enjoyable anyway. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.